Greetings, folks, as we approach All Hallows Eve, also known as Halloween, also known as witch bitches, daft cunts in disguise, it falls onto me to strive, seek, and find what fits this highly consumerist theme with something that might hold just a little bit of substance. Lore. An Amazon Prime 6-episode, 40-minute exclusive series that is available to watch now for Prime members and is VOD for everyone else, is a televised version of a long-running podcast of the same name from circa 2015. It works in the same vein as classics like In Search Of with Leonard Nimoy or Nat Geo's Is It Real? Oh god, that tasted horrible coming out. While having a cautiously firmer grasp on reality. No ancient aliens here, folks, just old stories and their factual origins. While I've always been a fan of bizarre history, and the show was always on my radar due to its originator, the podcast Lore, run by Aaron Mahnke, is a wonderfully produced, well-documented, and well-researched program. It's good listening, even though it lacks the sometimes annoying but awfully entertaining flair for the dramatic of something like Mysterious Universe. It's a show that delivers into the weird, while seeming at home in something like NPR 1. Aaron Mahnke himself is a somewhat proficient writer, expanding on his Lore franchise with the World of Lore book series and the latest engagement with the Amazon for video series. He's a fan of the dark and a lover of the strange and weird, with a particular focus on how truth, fact, and proven history can be and is far more frightening than anything we can imagine for ourselves. This is where the strength and weakness of both the show and the podcast lies. If you're a fan of horror, it depends on your level of enjoyment. Schadenfreude is where you're going to fall as a fan of this work. If you prefer more flights of fancy, I would instead suggest Welcome to Night Vale by Joseph Fink and Jeffrey Craner. Oh god, it's such a good show. Same type of deep dark horrors from the hearts of man, Lovecraftian in style, but taken to the more entertaining and comically brutal end. Mahnke's Lore falls more on the other side of this divide. Historical exploration and analysis, seeking of truth and fancy, and eventually dissecting the boogeyman into its most basic working parts. The cast of each episode has some surprising star power. From Adam Goldberg, from Fargo, the series, Saving Private Ryan, Hebrew Hammer, Robert Patrick, X-Files, Fire in the Sky, that movie fucking scared the shit out of me, and T-2, Terminator the Judging. Kristen Stewart Von Straten. She was in True Blood, she had a role in Nocturnal Animals, and she plays Maleficent on ABC's Once Upon a Time. As an anthology series, every episode is a self-contained exploration of a different subject or story, with the basic story of one or more characters as they go through either their lives or a specific hurdle, or which by the end of the episode one is able to string together what boogeyman they seem to be the basis for, or in some cases, they themselves are the boogeyman, kind of like origin stories. If you've avoided the podcast, I can guarantee you will be pleasantly surprised by the end of each episode, and it might even get you to do some independent research yourself. And I'm a fan of anything that gets people to think for themselves, be it about something important or inane and pointless, like the origin of your modern-day spooks and spoopifers. Check the show out. Fuck rating systems. I believe you're an adult. And if someone is wasting their time and your time by saying, go check something out, it's for a reason. You'll be entertained, and you'll be enriched in the slightest but most satisfying of ways. This has been Artemis Tau for Kaiju Platypus. Get spooked, everybody, and happy Halloween!